Wanted to buy this Fender Noventa Tele ever since they announced it, and I was waiting for any of the local stores to have it on stock so I can try it before I buy it, but I just got tired of waiting and ordered it online. Unfortunately, I was just as disappointed as I was excited. And not all my disappointment is subjective. Even though I'm not a luthier, I think just as a guitar player I can establish there are three things that are objectively wrong with this guitar. Starting with the biggest one, the fretboard edges are so sharp it practically hurts me when I play. And just to be clear, I was not expecting custom shop level rolled edges, but this is so far on the other side that it is ridiculous, especially in 2022 or in the 2020s, because this guitar is $1,000. You can get a much better playing one for less than half. So I think it's pretty ridiculous, and I'm really sad to see that Fender thinks it's not a basic requirement for a guitar. But the basic requirement for a guitar is not just to have 6-string and make some sort of noise when you plug it in, but also not even to be comfortable to play, but not hurt you when you play. So I'm pretty outraged, and I'm pretty sad this is the case. Of course, you can have the fretboard edges rolled, but you have to touch up the finish because it is not a rosewood neck, so it is a maple neck that is lacquered, finished in a way, so you have to touch it up. It's not a huge amount of money, but for $1,000 I think you should get a gig-ready guitar. Like I just said, you can buy a much better playing guitar for less than half the price, and case in point is this Squier Paranormal Baritone that I just got a couple of months ago, and it has a much nicer fretboard edge. It doesn't hurt you at all, and it is an overseas Squier, not a Mexican Fender. Talking about Mexican Fenders, I bought this Mischief Maker from Andertons a year ago. It is called a Mischief Maker, but it's basically just a road-worn Strat. And it is made in Mexico, and it plays very nicely. It doesn't have that sharp of an edge, again, not a rolled custom shop sort of feel, but much nicer. And not that much more expensive than the Noventa. Now, I was thinking, could it be just a one-off issue with that guitar? So I asked my luthier friend, and he said that nowadays many of his customers are bringing in Mexican Fenders with similar fretboard edge or fret sprout issues. So it leads me to believe that it's not really just a one-off defect, but it's an overall poor quality thing in the Mexican factory. And as a lifelong Fender fan, I'm very sad to see that that Fender is not trying anymore, or it doesn't deliver the best quality, because honestly, fret sprout can develop between manufacturing a guitar, so staying in storage and arriving it to you. So that's one thing, but sharp fretboard edge is just something that they didn't finish properly in the factory, so they didn't do the neck properly, and I'm just sad to see that as a lifelong Fender fan. So the other two smaller issues, starting with the body. It is not just the fretboard edge that is sharp, but also the body's edge or the body's contour is not rolled off enough. I wouldn't say it's sharp, but it's not rolled off enough compared to my American Professional Tele, for example. Now the problem with this, if it's a little sharp or not rolled off enough, is that if you play like a 3-hour bar gig, which is pretty common, it might start feel uncomfortable. So it might cause some sort of discomfort on your forearm, underside of your forearm. And I know that because I had a Squier Tele with a similar body contour, body edge, and it can get pretty uncomfortable even when you're rehearsing for a couple of hours. It might not necessarily hurt you, or it doesn't hurt you that much as the fretboard edge, but it is uncomfortable. And even though I think it's a smaller issue, in a way it is a bigger deal, because you can sort of easily change the fretboard edge, but it's way harder to get this sanded down, because then you have to refinish the whole guitar. I don't think you can touch this up properly, so that would just look stupid. And finally, the last third issue I found with the guitar is that the taper of the pots is not even or smooth enough. And I'm only bringing this up because this is a one pickup guitar. Then you're practically can only get new sounds playing with your picking dynamics and where you pick the strings, but also electronics wise how you play, how you set the pots. So I think in that case it should be a much smoother or balanced taper, because I think the tone is, well, I guess it's alright, but I kind of feel with the volume there's a quick drop off in the beginning, and that loses a lot of tonal opportunities for you, I think. Anyway, I'm not necessarily saying don't buy this guitar, because I think it's super cool. It sounds good too, even though I might not be a P90 guy, but that's neither here nor there. Back to my point, if you buy this, just know about these issues. Calculate it in, factor it into your purchase, because unfortunately I didn't find any of these issues with the guitar when I was doing my research, when I was watching YouTube videos. So I hope this helps you make up your mind or make a decision about this guitar. And let me know how you like yours, or if you want to buy one, and if you wanted to buy one but you didn't buy because this video. In any case, I'm interested in your opinions, so leave them down in the comment section, and I'm also open for questions. Thank you so much for watching.